Wow, thank you very much, Jing. I always enjoy your introductions to our meetings, especially about the smiley face. That cat, that picture of the cat that you showed, do you know the name of that cat? What kind of cat it is?
I know it's Chinese, but I haven't checked its English name.
So I'm not quite sure. I think it's a lynx. It has kind of like hair coming out on its ears. I think it's a lynx, Lynx. So I'm really surprised to see that China has a lynx. Lynxes. That's wonderful. Okay, welcome everybody for coming to Buddies, and I would like to switch to gallery view. And do we have any guests here this evening? I'm looking, I think we do have, I noticed probably one guest, Darren. Okay, Darren, would you please unmute yourself and briefly introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Darren. I've been to a couple of physical Toastmasters. I've been to, I live in Brisbane, Australia. And I've been to a couple of Toastmasters in the physical world, but I haven't been to any online ones. And this is the first one that I've done online.
Well, thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
It suited the time slot. Convenient time slot, yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for coming. Everybody, let's give a hand to Darren for coming. Thank you. Is there anyone else? Okay, I see two call-ins, and I don't know who they are. 6825. Would you please unmute yourself and introduce
That's me, Patrick.
Okay. I don't know why we have two Trishas here. Okay. 1021. Welcome, 1021. Can you, okay, thank you for unmuting yourself. Can you introduce yourself?
This is Dawn.
Hi, Dawn.
And I'm just listening in for right now, so.
Hey, Dawn.
I appreciate it. Hi.
Okay, thank you, Dawn. Where are you calling from?
Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Thank you for joining us. I hope you have a good time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I would like to introduce our, well, first of all, I think it's good for us to read our mission statement. We don't do that enough in online Toastmasters, I think. So I would like to call upon Tricia, if you have the club mission statement in front of you, if you could please read the mission statement to us.
I do not have that in front of me. I'm using an iPad, so limited.
Okay, then I will just simply do it. Okay, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Fantastic. Now, I would like to call upon to introduce our first role taker today, and that is a very important person, Toastmaster of the Day, Canon Sankara, DTM. Whoa!
Thank you, Mr. President, Acting President, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Welcome to our Toastmaster meeting. Today's theme, birthday. When you think about birthday, if you are a kid celebrating your birthday, you will be thinking about the gift that you may be receiving. You may think that you would like to get at least one more gift than your friend. If you are a young man who is not married, you may be trying to lure your girlfriend by celebrating the birthday. If you are a man who is married, You may be thinking to make up with your wife by taking her out on her birthday. If you are a young woman, you would like to celebrate the birthday. You would like to celebrate the birthday without telling your age, but trying to have good time. If you are a man like me, we tend to forget the birthday of our spouse and get into trouble year after year, year after year. So birthday could be different for person to person. Today, we are going to celebrate birthdays of two great women. One is Melissa, who is our new addition to our family, and to Tricia, who is one of the important person in our family. Let us all first say happy birthday, but we will celebrate it later. Say happy birthday when I count 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Melissa. I will be counting. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday, Melissa. Happy birthday, Tricia.
Birthday.
Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to share my agenda. This is actually our acting president told why we need to use the Word document. I'm going to add one more thing. All the Toastmasters may not have access to change the agenda. So I prefer to use, I agree with Patrick, Toastmaster Patrick, I would like to use the Word document also. So this is the agenda that we are going to follow. First, I'm going to invite, you know that whenever a Toastmaster meeting is there, the Toastmaster alone cannot handle everything. To assist me, first, I'm going to call the Zoom Master, who is our ex-president, Misako, and everybody loves Misako. Misako, welcome. Just can you explain the Zoom function if you want to?
Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster of the Day. I would like to introduce what I'm going to do. I am going to control the Zoom, and you will be spotlighted or unmuted, and anything happens hiccuping, that's probably me. I apologize in advance. But that's main thing is have fun, and I'll be behind the scene. Thank you so much, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Misako. Next, I am going to introduce the birthday girl, Melissa, who is going to be our timer of today. Melissa, can you explain your timer duties?
I think you're cuff for words. Okay, so speeches. When do you show the green card? Kat?
Hurry up at 5 minutes. Show yellow card at 6 minutes. Show red card at 7 minutes. And favorite topics. Favorite topics, I will show green card at 1 minute, and show yellow card at 2 minutes, and show red card at 3 minutes.
Okay, and evaluations? You just did that?
I will show green card at 2 minutes, and show yellow card at 2/3, and show red card at 3 minutes.
Thank you, Melissa. I think you may have to raise your volume a bit, otherwise you did an excellent job. Thank you. Next, I'm going to call the art counter and grammarian of the day, Patrick, who is going to explain the grammarian role. Patrick?
To unmute myself there, and also trying to help my daughter with her technical problems. Okay, I'm very happy to be the grammarian and the all counter. First, let me focus on the role of the grammarian. I will write down any, let's say, I'm not going to pick the small grammatical errors, only if there's some major mistake that that will help you. I will especially listen for any good uses of vocabulary or expressions, and I'll write those down. And the word of the day here, I'm trying to, the word of the day is zonked. Z-O-N-K-E-D, zonked. It's an adjective. So if you really feel so tired and your energy is really low, you could say, wow, after a hard day's work, I really feel zonked. Okay, and I encourage all speakers and role takers to try to use the word zonk. It's not necessarily a positive word, and I know as word of the day, we try to have positive words. Now, the all counter, I would listen for any repeated words, any filler words, any ums and ahs that will interfere with your fluency in your speaking. I know for me, if I'm not conscious about what I say, especially when I'm speaking fast, I tend to make a lot of mistakes. Don't be nervous. If you make the mistakes, you learn from them. And back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Mr. Grammarian. Fellow Toastmasters, if you feel zonked, send a text to Misako. She will provide you the necessary energy so that you will feel happy and with high spirits. That's how I get my energy. Having said that, today's body language monitor is going to be Yasmin. Yasmin, can you let us know what you are going to check as a body language monitor?
Sure. Thank you, Kannan. I believe that when we are presenting ourselves on the screen, it is very important. First of all, we encourage everyone to make themselves available on screen, like the video is on, so that this is also one of the ways to improvise. In this technological world is very small, and we do have to connect with other people over video. So this is an opportunity for us to prepare ourselves when we are, facing a bigger or more important audience. So this is a learning environment. I encourage all of you to make yourself available on video. And my role will be to, at the end of the meeting, provide some reflections on how we could focus on our body language while we are presenting ourselves in front of the video. So connect with you again later towards the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Yasmin. That's a very good explanation. I may have one challenge. Our table topic master, Derrida Collier, is he available? I'm not seeing. So that role may become vacant. If somebody wants to take it, they can.
It's here.
The role as topics master today is to ask questions for the individual to develop their skills, responding to quote unquote unexpected questions, speaking off the cuff, taking that opportunity to organize it with the basic speech structure, knowing that no, there isn't any right answer or wrong answer. And so on that note, I will ask 3 people at random to take 1 to 2 minutes to respond to a table topics question. That's my role.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate for responding. Thank you. Okay, without further ado, let us proceed to the meeting. The Toastmaster meeting has got 3 segments. First segment, better speaking. The Second segment, better thinking. And the final segment, better listening. We will start with better speaking segment. We have only 2 speakers today because we had a different agenda in the later part of the meeting. Today, the first speaker is going to be none other than Trisha Grove, who is speaking from the Advanced Communication Manual Special Occasion Speeches. Her title is Accepting an Award. Her title is Accepting an Award. Her evaluator is going to be Jing Hu. Jing, can you provide the evaluation objectives, please?
Sure. I'm very honored to evaluate Trisha on her big day today. And she's going to give us a big surprise. As Kenan introduced, she's speaking from Advanced Communication Series, Special Occasion Speeches, assignment number 5, Accepting an Award. Her speech title is Thank You. Her objectives are accept an award with dignity, grace, and sincerity. Acknowledge the presenting organization. And for that, she needs to speak for 5 to 7 minutes. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Jing. Without further delay, let us all welcome Trisha Grove, who is going to accept an award. Trisha, welcome.
Before that, Mr. Toastmaster, I am going to present award because I am the presenter and she is accepting. Then she's going to give her acceptance speech. So let me do the honor.
Thank you.
Okay. He achieved advanced in the bronze. Above all 150,000 members. Only 7% of members achieving go to advanced communicator. It's a big achievement. So I am going to show you this. And from Buddy's Toastmasters Online, we have buttons. So I am going to present. How do I do that? I am going to call Trish. Trish, could you come to this screen, please?
She's visiting us.
So this is very first time, Buddy. I actually have to guest. Welcome. You're always welcome.
So please accept.
Always
happy birthday too.
Congratulations
on your big achievement. We are so happy to serve you and we are so proud of you. Thank you so much. Such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Okay, I should like to speak.
Thank you so much, Misako, and my fellow buddy. My greatest pleasure to be here is, I guess, not only to buddies, but Misako. We planned this as a little bit of a surprise to you on my birthday. As Misako explained, the Advanced Communicator Bronze is an award that takes several years sometimes to get because it's built on previous awards that you received. And I have 3 different groups of people that I would like to thank because I have so many to thank I could not possibly name them by name. The first group that I would like to thank are my encouragers. Although you would think that they were my pushers. They pushed me very gently. My very first encourager was my mentor, Michelle Orsi. Michelle Orsi volunteered me for my first table topic. And I spoke for a whole 13 seconds. I'm sure it was record-breaking. But after that, I became more comfortable speaking in front of people. And soon found that I really enjoyed it. And would find time to be in front of people whenever I could. In this first group of people, I would be remiss not to mention Paul Finkelstein. He is the immediate past president of Competitive Communicators. And he pushed me. He pushed me into situations I wasn't ready for, that I didn't think I could do. But I did it. But not myself. But my fellow Toastmaster. They helped me. I was Toastmaster today. I ran meetings. Things I've never done before. I ran the very first online speech contest and had never even participated in a speech contest. So this was quite a big push. And the third person in this first group that I would like to mention as a huge encourager is my very own good friend, Misako. Misako and I were first-time presidents at the same time. And we helped each other. She helped me feel more confident. I helped her with her reading. And I became a buddy because of it. So you have Misako Vivek, the reason that I'm here today. The second group of people that I have, like Vivek, are my encouragers that help me maintain my passion. In this group are people like my mentor, Misako. I see her going through the steps. She puts in the time and effort. She does youth leadership groups. She does speech crafts. She does everything. She is a Wonder Woman. And I just appreciate her telling me to try and do things that she says, you can try and do this, and it's okay if you fail. And I've tried things, I've failed, and I got up and was able to continue. So thank you for anyone in my life that has been an encourager. I think one person in particular is Martin Green, another person from Competitive Communicators. And he was way behind the scenes in his encouragement, sending me emails and words of encouragement and just very touching notes on Facebook, just telling me how great I was when I messed up. So I really do appreciate that. The third group of people that I would like to thank are what the category I would consider of sharpeners. So iron sharpens iron. So you need people in your life to help sharpen your skills. One of the people that I have to thank for this is Dawn Nucera. Dawn Nucera is a founder of a pre-chartered advanced Toastmasters group. And I appreciate her so much because she's created a space that we can sharpen our skill together. And it's just a very warm, welcoming, and yet a challenging setting. And the other person in this group I really like, he might not even realize that he sharpens me, is Distinguished Toastmaster Mark Worthy. I've met this gentleman at Competitive Communicators, and he is just such a skilled speaker. And he is one of the people I aspire to be like. So I want to have you look around in your life. Who are your encouragers and who are sharpening your skills? Hopefully I am in one of those groups. And if I'm not, let me know, and I will be. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Tricia. I understand the accepting of the award is very, very important to every Toastmaster, and I know your journey. You have shared your story many times, and I really feel good that the way you have traveled within a short time. And you have taken many roles also. Thank you very much. As on behalf of Buddies Toastmaster Club, I want to thank you and wish you all the best on your birthday. There were some problems in the initially when your mic was not good. There was a lot of echoing, the first 2 minutes maybe, probably. And we tried to get it fixed later. I think Jing, thank you, Jing, for unmuting one of the phones so that we could hear very clearly. I apologize, the Toastmasters before, or to all the Toastmasters, I did not know that there is going to be echoing. Now, the final speaker, the second and final speaker of the day is going to be me. I'm going to present a high performance project from the, this is level 5. This project normally takes around 1 to 1.5 months. This is on level 5. I started this project sometime in July and I gave the introduction speech. I'm giving it again. And this is a 3-month project. This is the pathways rolled out for the District U. And we started on July and ended on 30th of September. I would like to give so that I can share the mission and vision only today, and then we can talk later. I want to introduce Bruce Yu, who's my evaluator, who is going to share the objectives of my speech. It is going to be 5 to 7 minute speech.
Okay, thank you, Kenan. And Kenan's speech will be pathways roll out. And on pathways level 5, the first project, high performance leadership. The purpose of this speech is for the member to apply his or her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. And also, it's the first speech is for the member to introduce his or her plan and a vision. Back to you, Kenan.
Thank you, Bruce. Fellow Toastmasters, as part of pathways, there is a leadership portion and there is a speaking portion. I am a big comfort. There are 2 tracks in the Toastmasters, as you all know. I am a bit comfortable with the leadership track, but I am not comfortable with the speaking track. However, I am still learning how I can be better on the speaking track based on the evaluation input that I receive from different people. I'm trying to build those evaluation and make sure that I'm doing good. This is a pathways rollout for undistricted clubs like Buddies. I was allocated 5 clubs and I'm going to see how we did the pathways rollout on this project. What is the high performance leadership? Let me introduce that. This is a learning program to develop the leadership skills. You have to study the book, you have to act, and you have to receive the feedback. As I mentioned to you, I spoke earlier and I received some feedback. I thought that I can do it again and make sure that those are addressed. I need to work with 3 mentors so that I can be an effective leader. The guidance committee consists of 2 or more people. I picked 3 people from Baltimore VA Toastmaster Club because they are accessible in person. I can share it with them every time. And next pathways, I will use only online. They make sure that I stay focused on my goals. And the guidance committee will make sure that I achieve my goal. What is my vision? This vision and mission was given by the Toastmaster International. They told me, Kannan, you have been selected as a Pathways ambassador and a guide. You need to roll out the Pathways to 5 clubs which they identified, and they said that these are the 5 clubs that I need to do. I need to make sure they are ready for the rollout. I am receiving a lot of chat. Is it okay? Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And I need to make sure when I roll out these pathways, the members also need to embrace pathways once it is rolled out. The challenge I felt when we started this project is everybody zonked to hear that, oh, we need to roll out the pathways. This is unlisted club. It is very difficult. This is online. Totally online, and they are not online clubs. They are in-person clubs, but they are all unrestricted clubs. What is the difference? They meet in person. They are not online. Whereas Buddies is an online club. I need to make sure I work with the club officers and make sure that they are ready with the pathways when it is rolled out. I need to work with the members and address what additional things they want. I have been given 5 clubs, 1 in South Africa, 2 in Peru, 1 in Kyrgyzstan, 1 in Slovenia. Imagine all are having a different time slot, different time frame, and mostly they will ask me to schedule a meeting at 1 a.m. my time or 10 p.m. my time. It was a challenge, but it was a fun challenge. I made lot of friends. So many Toastmasters asked me to visit Peru. That's a good thing because I can go to Peru. I don't have to worry about the staying because they said that they will take care of staying. They will take care of everything. So we made lot of friends. We understand their challenge. Most of the Toastmasters speak Spanish there. So I do not know Spanish. So it was very difficult to communicate, but we did excellent. I learned a couple of Spanish words also. This gave me a very good leadership experience. I was very thankful to the TI for that. What is my goal on this? I will just give you a detail level. I'm only sharing mission and vision. I need to make sure I work with the club officers. I need to make sure that the club president provide the same training to their members, because members may not attend these meetings at their convenient time. And I need to make sure the club president and VP education help in enrolling the members, which was very difficult because they themselves were not convinced that this is going to be good. And we need to be available for 15 sessions after it is rolled out to help the members. We are still having people, we are having interaction with the clubs. I also make sure that we share the best practices followed from one club to another club. That is the importance of this pathways rollout. I learned a lot. I am going to provide that in the next speech, leader HBL2, because this is only to share and mission and vision. And thank you very much. And I will address your question in the next speech. Thank you. Back to you. The Better Thinking series. Now we are going to transition to Better Listening session. To lead this session, we are going to invite Rahul. Rahul will be Rahul will be our general evaluator, and he will be leading the better listening session. Let us all welcome Rahul.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. We are now halfway through the meeting, or little bit more than halfway. And I feel that you are not zanged by now. If you are, this section will revive all the energies, I promise you. This is the evaluation portion of our meeting. This is an extremely important part and help us to grow. The purpose of the evaluation is to give both positive and suggestions for improvement. I hope that each speaker will feel encouraged by the aspects of their speech that went well and will be motivated to make their speeches even better for the next time by using the suggestions as an opportunity to grow further. I think you are now revived with the energy and you don't feel zanged anymore. Now I'm going to invite our first evaluator, Jing, who is going to evaluate Trisha's speech. Help me welcome Jing.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. What a touching moment our birthday queen Trisha gave us today. When she walked out of that door behind Misaka's computer chair, before she started to speak, I was thrown out of my zonked state, and my eyes started to get wet. The technical problems I overlooked. A large chunk of her speech was wasted. I'm so sorry, Trisha. I knew it was a problem with 2 accounts, but I forgot which one was Trisha's. It was fortunate that our lovely Darren shouted to everyone in the chat box that the echo was destroying Trisha's wonderful speech. He pointed out the trouble account. I muted it, and Trisha was already more than halfway into her speech. Yes, Trisha was right. We need someone to cheer us up and raise us to a new height we could ever imagine to be on. I'm glad to catch this inspiring message at the end. I knew Trisha delivered a powerful speech without hearing most of it. Why do you think I could do that? It's because we have love, and we can love anyone around and across the ocean, and how love can make us better and stronger. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Rahul.
Oh, Jing, I was just thinking something else. Sorry for that. Thanks, Jing. Now I'm going to invite our second evaluator, who is going to evaluate a speech of Kanan. So let's welcome Bruce.
I have to thank Kanan for his wonderful speech. It's very educational now we know more about the pathway rollout. So I think Kenan has done well and applied his leadership and planning knowledge to his project. He has also done a lot of things to help other club and other people to take pathways. I love the PPT. I think it's very concise, it's very clear, and we can see the lines in the PPT. We know we can see also the instructions for the planning, the project planning, and how to organize everything well. Also, I think Kenan has a very clear pronunciation, and we can understand everything very well, and we can. I hope in the future we can also apply all the knowledge Kenan has shared to us to our future speeches. Kenan is very confident, is seasoned Toastmaster. I like the way how he delivered the speech. I hope I can also be very confident and steady when I'm speaking. I think the most important part of his speech is about leadership. I can see the experience he has been with other Toastmasters and also other clubs. I think it's very good to share it to us. So in the future, we can also build our leadership according what Kenan has done. So we really like to look forward to your next speech. One thing I just want to point out is that I think there is one word was misspelled. Roll out, I think is R-O-L-L, not R-O-L-E, I think. So that's all. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Bruce, for your evaluation. Now I am going to invite Madam Timer. Melissa, please provide the timer's report.
Speaker 618 and speaker Kenan 736 and table topics speaker 1 Vivek 1 minute and 16 table topics speaker Benita 1 and 36 number 3 Darren 1 and 30 number 4 Aaron 1 and 37 and evaluator 2 minutes 14 and Bruce 2:25. Thank you.
Thanks, Melissa, for your report. Now I'm going to invite our accounter and grammarian, Mr. Patrick. Patrick, take it away.
Okay, great. So let's see. First, I'm going to look at the counts. So Kenan, as the Toastmaster, had 2, and as a speaker, he had 1. So that's a very good job, Kenan. That's 3 overall. Also, Kenan used the word of the day, zonkt, 1 time. Okay, let's see here. Speaker number 1, and I think because of we were using two mics that were next to each other, like was stated earlier, it was difficult because there were some echoes. So, but overall, the second half of your speech, I didn't pick up any ahs or repeated words. Congratulations, Tricia. That's great. And let's see here. Oh yes, I want to go back to Kenan. A pronunciation point. The word vision. Okay. The pronunciation sounded like B was being used, so it sounded like vision. So it should be vision. The vision.
I felt vision.
Vision.
Okay. Let's see here. Evaluator 2, Bruce. The word speech. So your P pronunciations. You need to have it more accented. Speech. Good. Now
Okay,
it's better.
thank you.
And also too, I find that this is a common pronunciation. F's and B's that Chinese, Koreans, and Japanese share with each other. So first. Okay. So first. So you need to pronounce that a little more. Let's see here. Vivek for the first table topic speaker. A vocabulary word I would like to point out: mischiefs or mischiefs or mischiefs or mischiefs, like bad deeds. It would probably be better to use the word misdeeds. Okay, misdeeds. Okay, instead of saying mischiefs. Let's see here. Darren, your all counts were 9. Alan, your all count were 10. Okay, let's see here. Our general evaluator, you used the word of the day 1 time, Zank. Thank you very much. And likewise, Jing used the word of the day 1 time. And our second evaluator, Bruce. I know this is I'm not picking on you. I'm just trying to help pronunciation, especially with Cannon's name. And Cannon, if I'm saying your name wrong, please, I always give you permission. Anybody, if I ever say your name wrong, to correct me. So you were saying Conan. So you know, Conan is a very famous comic character, like Conan the Barbarian. So it would be Cannon, not Conan the Barbarian. Okay, so Cannon, you're very strong. Okay.
So Cannon, right? Cannon.
Cannon. It sounds like boom. Cannon.
Cannon.
Sounds like Cannon. Okay.
Cannon. Okay.
Cannon, do you want to say anything about your name pronunciation?
No. About that, no problem.
Okay.
Cannon. Okay.
Overall, I'm really pleased with the grammar. No particular vocabulary words stand out in mind that I maybe because I was busy focusing on so many things. Very good job, everyone. Thank you. Back to the Toastmaster. Our general evaluator, I should say.
Thanks, Patrick, for providing the precise evaluation. Now it's a time for evaluation on body language and chat monitoring. Please welcome Yasmin. Yasmin, please provide the report.
Thank you so much. So first of all, I must say thank you for this fantastic and a very interesting role. I believe this was the first time this role had come up. And it did, made me enthusiastic and looked at all the perspectives of what it means actually. And when I Googled, I realized there's a lot of experts around on why it is important of how we look in front of the screen. It's a part of nonverbal communication, and it explains 55% of the message that we want to convey. So it is a very important role. And to give myself some understanding of the topic, I just used 4 parameters of how we control our background, how we look into the camera, how we just focused on chatting and nothing else, the proportion or the of face on the screen, or how if we are located on the side of the screen, and the lightings. So these were the some set of parameters I set. And then first of all, to begin with, I would like to say it's really lovely to see everyone on screen. Like for some time, we got the chance to see Ellen. Carolina was on and off, and good morning, Delara. I'm sorry I missed your name. So it's first of all very exciting to see everyone on screen, and at the same time, we really show courage when we expose ourselves and put our video on. So I think we are all almost very well taken there. We do not hesitate to show ourselves. That's the first thing, and very good in itself. Now, the show stealer definitely were Misako and Tricia, because they just told us how even on screen it is possible to use it to the best, be it like in sitting or standing position. So thank you both for raising the bars and levels there. I just would reflect very quickly on the couple of observations I had along the 4 parameters I just mentioned. Kannan, I would just say that it's almost good, but only advice I would have is that, we see the reflection of your screen on your glasses. So it's just the lighting adjustments that I could recommend. Bruce, I noticed that the proportion of face on the screen, and this maybe here I can combine it with my reflections for Benita and Bruce. I really would advise you to have like a proper proportion of face to the screen, because sometimes it's zooming in and it's sometimes zooming out. So that's one observation. I think for Rahul, it's very perfect. Even there is background, but no distractions in the background. Posture, very good, very centrally located on the screen, so very well done. And Darren, I think now you look absolutely cool on the screen, but there were a couple of instances where I observed that you were actually, your sight was above the camera. So just try to look more into the screen. It just gives a bit more focus that you are really with us there. I mean, we saw you there, but just one slight recommendation. Elan, it was absolutely paranoidical when you were on screen. I really liked your t-shirt. You were just slightly on the left, so just adjust your screen a little bit. Zing, absolutely lovely to see you. Everything was super good, but if I have to just give an advice, please try, you still slightly lower on your sitting. So if you could just be a little higher just to face the camera. Patrick was absolutely good when he was on screen, on and off. Patrick and Melissa are on and off screen, and I understand because they are both sharing the space, so they're just adjusting best to the available. But it was beautiful to look. Melissa, the bright of the birthday was already visible on her face. Wonderful. I think Carolina, very good, perfect background, white screening, lighting. So when you were there, it was absolutely professional and very good. This is just from my side. I missed seeing Vivek, so I cannot comment, but I know he's absolutely wonderful on screen. And thankfully, I do not have to evaluate myself. Back to you, evaluator.
Sure.
Thanks, Yasmin, for providing the elaborated evaluation on the body language and chat monitoring. Now it's a time for my evaluation. So as a general evaluator, I'm going to provide the overall evaluation on this meeting. We started right on time, exactly 1 minute before the meeting. Our sergeant at arms started. So thank you, Jing. As usual, you did an excellent job. And the picture of the cat, I liked it very much as a vigilant on the meeting. Transitions were smooth. Patrick asked the guest to introduce in the beginning of the meeting. I liked it very much. Normally, we do this at the end of the meeting. Patrick started with mission statement time to time. So I loved this because we don't have this in all our meeting. And I think it's important sometimes to remind about the mission for which we buddies are here. Kannan, thank you for the fantastic theme of the meeting. Birthday. What can be the more beautiful than the birthday? And on this meeting, I memorize my mother. She is in India and I am missing her. Because of her, I am here. Then the gesture which Misako gave to Tricia, that was excellent. I did not expect this. Suddenly I saw that there is someone standing behind the door, but I could not understand who is it. And then I saw in the gallery view, suddenly Tricia is not there. So I could understand it's Tricia, but still it was very much surprising. Thanks Misako and Tricia for having a surprise like this. In the speaking section, both the speakers did wonderful job. Thanks Kannan and Tricia. Table topics, DC, thank you very much. All the table topics questions were matching the theme and all the questions were excellent. I enjoyed it very much. Evaluators, both the evaluators did very wonderful job. They started with providing the strength of the speeches, and then they transitioned as the traditional way of doing the evaluations. And finally, they wrapped up with the comments and suggestions. I saw everyone enjoyed the meeting. I could see, because in last 1 year, I would say this is the best meeting because the theme was birthday and we have 2 ladies with a birthday today. So it never happened before in this Toastmasters meeting. So that was wonderful. In the general evaluation section, I fumbled a little bit when I had to call upon Bruce, but I was thinking something else because of my workload in my job. As a timer, Melissa did great job. Patrick, I really loved the way you corrected the pronunciation. This does not normally happen in our grammarian section, but I would encourage that if we can introduce this in our future meetings as well, because I believe this is because in the physical meeting, it's not possible to have people from different geographies. That is only possible in the online meetings, and people from India, China, Korea, Norway, and across the globe, it's quite natural to have different pronunciations. So it's great to have this kind of evaluations, and I would recommend if we can have this in our future meetings as well. What I liked very much in this meeting is the gesture which happened for the birthdays. Second thing is Patrick started introducing the guest in the beginning of the meeting. And third thing, we introduced, I'm not sure if we introduced or it's just for this meeting, that Patrick commented on the pronunciation. I think pronunciation is the most important part of our speaking skill. Suggestions. I have a suggestion, that is, we should start every meeting with the mission statement as we did today. It's nice to have the mission statement. It will take hardly 10 to 20 seconds. So I would suggest to have this. And also, if we can introduce the guest in the beginning of the meeting. That's all from my part. Back to Mr. Toastmaster, Kannan.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. How could anyone get zonked when the spirit of 2 clubs, one Paul from Competitive Communicators and Misako from Buddies, are present side by side next to me here? That is great. I love this session. Now, I am going to have one session for myself for 10 minutes. I would like to cut your birthday cake for the birthday girls, Melissa and Tricia. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show this cake. Can you all see my cake? I'm going to share it, okay? I'm going to ask you all first to sing happy birthday in English and then happy birthday in your own mother tongue. It is very nice to hear happy birthday in different languages. That will help us have more fun. Is that okay? Can you see the cake now?
Yes, nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Sugar
What we
free?
can do is, we can now first sing happy birthday to Melissa and Trisha first. I asked a question to everyone who are all celebrating the birthday. I did not want the year, but I wanted month and date. Only 2 people responded, Gus and Misako. Nobody else responded. So I could not include. If you are having birthday in July, think about yourself. I'm having a birthday. This is also for me. But since I did not know, it is going to be for Melissa and Trisha. First, let us sing happy birthday, and then let us sing happy birthday in our mother tongue, one by one. Is that okay? Let us spend some 5 minutes extra.
Sure.
Okay. If it is all okay, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. Then we are all going to sing. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Dear Trisha,
Happy birthday to you.
Now, can we sing in different language? Do you want to sing? If somebody wants to hear, can anyone sing the happy birthday in Chinese, please?
祝你生日
快乐。
祝
We
你
can do it
生
together.
Yeah, sure.
祝你生日快乐。
祝你生日快乐。祝你生日快乐。
Happy birthday, Trisha.
Okay. Do you have any other language? Vivek and Rahul, why can't you sing in Hindi? I don't know Hindi, so only you two can sing.
There's no Hindi song for birthday celebration, but I can wish them both in Hindi.
Okay.
Melissa,
I can sing Hindi
okay,
song.
Oh, good.
Sure.
I can sing.
Alright.
Yeah, go for it.
बार बार दिन ये आए, बार बार दिन ये गाए, तू जिए हजारों साल, ये मेरी है आरज़ू. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Melissa and Trisha. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, so sweet.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you. Thank you, Rahul. Can we now sing in Korea? Patrick, can you sing in Korea?
Just wait a moment. Not me.
Melissa.
Okay.
Oh, just. Okay.
Okay. Anybody in Spanish can sing in Spanish. Anybody? Spanish? Or any other language that our club supports?
Yes,
I can just say in Spanish, happy birthday.
Yeah, go for it.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Go for it, Jasmine.
Feliz cumpleaños, Melissa and Tricia.
Muchas gracias.
International.
All right.
How about Japanese?
お誕生日おめでとう。
Yeah, Misako.
お誕生日おめでとう。And I can speak Samoan perfect. I love. Two languages. Melissa and Trisha. お誕生日おめでとう。
All right, any other language? Thank you all. I want to wish both women, both girls, a very, very happy and prosperous life. And may God bless you with all the happiness in the world. Now, I'm going to turn back to our acting president to ask the feedback from our guest and then close the meeting. Over to you, Patrick.
Thank you very much, Kenan. Fantastic job as a Toastmaster and speaker as well. Let's give Kenan a hand. Thank you. So now, but we didn't, did we find out who the winners? Did we find out who the winners were of the...
Oh, I forgot to ask for the evaluation, general evaluation. Who are the evaluators? Bruce and Jing. We have to send a vote. Misako, can you please send a survey, please? But meanwhile, I can tell you the speaker is Trisha, and I need to wait for the table topic winner.
Okay, we will get to that. So I would like to ask Darren, would you please give some short feedback what you think of our meeting?
I think that it was interesting having the different technology, the way it was the different medium. It worked quite well, except for the little brief echo at the start. That was easily fixed. I think this is, like it might replace the physical Toastmaster, but it's quite effective if you don't have any other choice. That's all I can think of to say.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Darren. I think it could complement the physical Toastmasters as well. I mean, if a person wanted to be a member of two clubs, it could be a member of a face-to-face and an online club, of course. Thank you for your comments. And we have another guest, and I believe his name is Paul from, okay, Paul, we are connected on Facebook. It's nice to see you here. If you can give your feedback.
Sure, if my microphone is on. Hi, Mr. President and fellow Toastmasters. If I wasn't a member of Buddies and I was sitting in this room, I would join it in a heartbeat. You should check out page 26 of the Toastmaster magazine that just got distributed in 143 countries. It talks all about online clubs. I think you'll love it if you haven't seen it yet. And thanks for having this 20th birthday party for church. That was awesome.
Oh.
And the other birthday girl.
Thank you for joining us. What a beautiful background you have.
Thank you. It's green screen.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for attending. Okay, so now I believe I got all the guests, their comments. And is there any pressing, yes, the sign-ups, the role sign-up for next week, I highlighted. I think we have most of the roles provided for. So for October the 13th, we need a timer, and we need a body language monitor. Is there anybody here who would like to be a timer?
Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
sorry to interrupt, but we are forgetting one thing.
Oh, am I?
About secretary.
Yeah, but we're not going to do that tonight because we agreed in the beginning of the meeting because Gustavo is not here. So it's better to wait for until next week when everybody's here.
Okay, fine.
Okay, thank you, Vivek. So yes, is there somebody who would like to be a timer for for next week. Timer is actually one of the important positions. You should, if a person is familiar how the system works, it makes it a lot smoother for the meeting. Yasmin, do you have any role for next week?
Thank you, Patrick. I was not coming up because I'm yet not sure how my plan is going to look like for the next week. So I'm just, you know, I'm just waiting for conformity if I'll be there for the next week to commit for any roles.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Vivek, do you have a role for next week?
No, I can take this role, timer role.
Okay, Vivek. Thank you, Vivek. Body language monitor is actually an ingenious position to add to our meetings, and I think it's really good. Anybody would like to, who doesn't have a role next week, would like to sign up for this? Okay, Tricia, I'm going to write you down there. Tricia, thank you. And an important role is the third evaluator. I don't have in front of me who the third speaker is, but we do need a third evaluator.
Patrick, if there is a slot for a speaker, I would like to take that.
I think the speaking slots are filled for next week.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why. But I'm going to write you down. Just, it's always good to have an extra person on hand. So I'm going to write you down, Vivek, just to keep you in mind. Is there anybody else? No? Okay. So that's great. So we have the next week taken care of. I think this is congratulations, especially to Jing, to Tricia, and to Misako in the background giving help for our transition to our new website. I think it's a lot easier to use than EasySpeak. I've used EasySpeak in another club, but I think just my opinion, EasySpeak is not so easy, and Toastmost is pretty good. So I encourage people to practice and to look at it. Thank you very much for your effort in making that transition, ladies. And we had a great meeting this evening. I really enjoyed it. Thank you everyone for attending. Now I would like to ask to close the meeting and ask our Sergeant at Arms to stop the recording.
Yeah, and our results